Hello, you. Yes, you. This is Osayome Sale from Ways Prime Time. Now, we appreciate your continued support for watching our content, following us across all our social media. But we've noticed, for those of you watching us on YouTube, 88.5% of you who watch our content aren't subscribed to our channel. Why? Now, if you are enjoying our content, you enjoy our shows, and you want to stay updated on all things Ways, it's time to hit that subscribe button below. Now, subscribing isn't just for you. It's for the growth of our channel. It helps us get bigger and better. With your support, we can continue to bring even more intriguing and exciting content. How about you subscribing right now and being a part of our community?
Good morning and welcome to Ray's Breakfast. Hashtag what are you saying? This beautiful Tuesday morning on this platform, we're dedicated to amplifying the vibrant voices of the youth towards matters that concerns us all. And you best know if it's of great importance, we are definitely talking about it. It's my absolute pleasure to anchor today's segment again. My name is Oluchi Precious Ominka and I have been joined by the Lady Vibe herself. Good morning.
Good morning.
How do you feel today?
Good, good. Happy Children's Day.
That energy was not, it wasn't imagined, but I'm really excited to be here. And today is Children's Day, everyone. So happy Children's Day to our viewers, to everyone who identifies as a child, to any child watching us, to myself as well, because I regard and, see myself as a child. I mean, I'll always
Everybody
be a child, even
child
when I'm
now.
70, 80.
Exactly.
So let me ask you, God's Beauty, like I said I was going to ask, what's your favorite memory of childhood?
Favorite memory. So I was thinking about something. I don't know if it was yesterday, but it just came to head. So I think I remember this time where I was still very, very young, probably in primary school. So, and one Saturday, I think it was close to Christmas, right? My dad just spoke to my mom, and the next thing I was hearing is, "Hey, God's PC, here's your slippers. Come wear it. Good luck. Come wear your slippers. Hey, we're going to Lagos Island. I want to buy you clothes. Buy me clothes." Because it used to be like my mom do all of those things, you get. But this one, a man is shopping for the females. Okay, let's see how it goes. And I think it was very beautiful, really. Because we went to the markets, I mean, unlike when we were going with my mom, as we are going straight into like the market to go and buy whatever. But I remember we stopped on the way, we got some ice cream, we're going to the market. Having to picture it that a man is actually shopping for like a young girl. It was very funny because then I remember him speaking to the marketer. "Oh, this is your shoe. You should say the original. You go size them." All of those things. It was really funny, to be honest. And I mean, his birthday is just a few days away from now. So having to just think about something like, nah, there's a lot that I can actually do, because I was thinking, what do I buy for him? Right? I mean, he has been complaining of some things like it's failing and all. So I was just thinking, okay, what exactly do we get for him? So I think that memory just came to head. I'm like, nah, this one has actually tried. Let's not lie.
If I'm going to answer the question, my favorite memory of childhood would be, the place I grew up, honestly. I stayed in Cement. I don't know if you know Cement Mango in Akowanjo. That's where I grew up firstly. So it was a very communal environment. And then we moved into Shasha, Akowanjo.
Oh, wow.
So it's not trenches, so it's a place. It's a place in this Lagos. Very amazing place. And that time was like the major part of my life, because we were there for a very long time. It's when I got into the university that we had to move, closer to the mainland. Still mainland, but a bit closer. I don't want to disclose it in case people can be looking for me. Yeah. So I think my favorite part of childhood, or the most memorable moments for me, is the environment I grew up in. I grew up in a very communal environment. I mean, I didn't grow up to not know neighbors. Do you get? If you look at the way houses are these days,
yeah, everybody's on their own, really.
Everybody is on
That's
their
how
own.
I grew up. Everybody was on their own.
I didn't grow up. I didn't grow up that way.
Yeah.
We grew up together. So even in our house, we had uncles, aunties, a lot of people staying with us. So it was literally me and everybody. Do you get it? And I think another favorite part would be schooling as well. I enjoyed going to school and I enjoyed coming back to watch SpongeBob.
Hey, wait, so you're part of those people?
4:30 like this. We had planned it on Silverbed TV then. It was very memorable with my brothers. And just the little things of life. There was really no worry.
Yeah.
The most concerns for us was our academics, how we want to take first position, how my brothers would be saying, oh, this girl, Jessica she had 60 over 70. I have to pass her this time around. Yeah. It was just a very simple time, honestly. Sometimes I wish we could go back to those days and relive the moment. Sometimes when I see some young children like this, I'm like, you know what God has done for you.
Exactly.
Better enjoy this moment, because when adulthood hits you, you know that there are more responsibilities than just, walking around. But today is Children's Day, and let me read out the theme for this year's Children's Day. The theme is Stand Up, Speak Up, Building a Bullying-Free Generation. I love how every celebration has a theme, so we're not lost in the celebration of it, but in the importance of why we're celebrating this. And bullying is like a very major discussion when you talk about children today, honest, because it stems not just from those children in their environment, but the home as well, and many other factors. And we'll explore all this when we come back from our short break. We'll take a short break to look at today in history. Afterwards, we're going to the headline story and the hot topic for today. So please stay with us. We'll be right back. Let's know your perspective. Remember, you are the main ingredient in all of our conversations, and our phone lines are open. You can reach us via 070-2500-7749 or 070-1424-2420, and give us a Children's Day gift today by subscribing.
Wife pushing him shows them joking around. That's your definition of wife. Pushing him shows them joking around. That's your definition for joking around. Who am I to tell you different? All right, let's quickly talk about this headline at the top left, which is Trump revenge spray on Harvard echoes well beyond education. So this is just to give more updates on, the whole conversation between Trump and what's going on with the Harvard University. So we have Trump, President Donald Trump has initiated a significant confrontation with Harvard University, proposing to withdraw $3 billion US, that's a lot of money actually, in federal research grants, and redirect these funds to United States trade schools. Did you see what's going on? I'd like you to even speak on it. So this is it here. Now, the last time we had a conversation, we all thought that it's an immigration thing, which I actually think it still is, right? Even though there are some excuses around, Trump came out to say that some of the students in Harvard University, even apart from even Harvard, all our universities in the United States, that they are actually going against some of his rules or some of his, some of the things he believes in. Now, we know what he feels about, the Palestinians and everything going on between Gaza and the Israelis, right? Okay. Now, some of these students are against Israel. Even, they have done so many protests, even down to telling some companies that are associated with the Israel, that, oh God, there's no need having, you know, any relationship with these people. See what's going on, see what they're doing to, you know, the Gaza individuals. So we already established that part, right? Now that's between, you know, some of the students in both in Harvard and other universities. Now I don't know why he's more concerned about people that is in Harvard, the students in Harvard. I mean, that's one of the reasons why he came up with that initiative about certain amounts of, you know, he cannot keep. I mean, the government, United States government cannot keep, you know, putting in money to the university, given that it's too much and all. But right now, we'll see where the money is going to. If you're taking out 3 billion naira, 3 billion US dollars from Harvard University, that's the grants that you give to them. And you're taking it out from there, and you're taking it to trade school. So when we talk about trade school, talking about that more like technical, just as we have here, technical colleges, those, you know, those colleges that teach people on plumbing, electrician, all of those mechanical, you know, issues.
Vocational skills.
Yeah. So imagine you're taking out money from the university and you're putting it into this trade school. What do you think about it? Because if it's here in Nigeria, I will understand. But United States, I feel like we've somehow gone past all of this. I really don't know what it is really, but that's one part.
Well, you think it's not a good initiative?
I'm not saying it's not a good thing.
It's
$3
okay
billion US dollars.
It's okay. Such sectors should also have that amount. If they have that amount of money pumped into sectors that are usually overlooked, it's going to become more glamorous.
I doubt it's actually overlooked.
Well, just because of how you even mentioned itself, it's somehow overlooked because you're like, who is going to want to study such? It's a sector that's overlooked. Let's not even lie. Even in Nigeria, vocational skills are usually left for maybe some private individuals or some public, you know, sectors. It's not like very, very, you know, how would I put it, like the priority in that sense. So pumping that amount of money is showing something. It's telling us that, okay, we want to put more priority into this.
Well, as someone that supports Trump, what do you want me to say? I get you, but
I mean, you always play that card, though, but it's okay.
But it's true.
I'm just saying what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying what I'm saying.
There's one other part here that I actually find very funny as well. The part where you say that, I mean, according to him, right, the university, just like I said, some of the students there are not listening to, you know, him and even following some of his calls. Now, there's something around, you know, I mean, he felt like it's time for them to implement some disciplinary measures against the students that are against him. What do you think about that?
I don't know what to think about that. What I can remember from this whole Harvard story is that I think I read somewhere that some universities in China, I think, I've forgotten which one exactly, they came up also with new initiative that would favor international students. So it's almost like, oh, Harvard don't want you guys. We are going to accept you guys. So I was so surprised that it came out almost immediately at that time to prove that maybe we have overrated this. Not to say anything, no.
No, I hear you.
Maybe there's a lot of overrating and buzz. Maybe it's not even something to have as a conversation. If they are not accepting or if they are putting some policies that are limiting it. Other universities are doing great. Accept.
I actually like this initiative that China is coming up with. It actually shows that they see opportunity and they grab it. And that's why they are where they are right now. You can literally even see the comparison and all. It's not, I mean, they're not really different from. Exactly. So I really love this.
A-list countries. I can't wait for Nigeria to get to that point. Be amongst the A-list countries.
It's not like we'll not get there.
Countries that are moving things.
It's not like we'll not get there, but then we need to have the right people. People that would see opportunity and grab it. People that understand what it is to be able to flow in the international space and not to be just, maybe the conversation we're having today now is still in-house. Don't worry, we'll talk about it.
Interesting. Are you done with your papers? And
yes,
Trump?
That's all.
You're always excited to talk about Trump. Let me go to the Nigerian papers. It has a number of stories here. I'll start with the Punch that says tension in PDP. Governors BOT reconvene as NEC meeting stalls. Demagum uncertain about NEC meetings. Atiku and others shun National Caucus meeting. Ground rent, FCTA shuts PDP, FIRS, and NAPTIP headquarters. $750 million loan. World Bank pressures Nigeria for fresh tax hike. Oyo pays Osun 5 billion naira in Lautech ownership deal. Tinubu to inaugurate Lagos Calabar Highway Section 1 on Saturday. And above that, the last headline for the Punch is insurgency. Tinubu and Zulum in talks over forest guards deployment. Very interesting story, but honestly, not as interesting as wanting me to talk about it. I want to go straight, to the one that concerns today, and that's on Tinubu's pledge to end bullying, like his commitment to children's welfare, as expected for every celebration like this, Women's Day, Children's Day, Boy Child Day. I mean, it's okay for the #1 citizen or people in authority to want to come out to give a speech. You know, speeches are very easy to give these days. And so let me read his speech out for, not exactly his speech, but his reaffirmation.
Okay.
It says President Bola Tinubu has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to safeguarding the right and well-being of Nigerian children, declaring them as the pride and future of our great nation in an address to mark the 2025 International Children's Day. Speaking on Tuesday, the president, in a statement he personally signed, highlighted the urgent need for collective action to tackle bullying, violence, and neglecting affecting millions of children across the country, with up to 65% of school-age children in Nigeria reportedly experiencing some form of bullying. Tinubu unveiled a series of bold initiatives to strengthen child protection frameworks, promote safe learning environments, and ensure that no Nigerian child is left behind. In his message, which aligned with this year's theme on Stand Up, Speak Up, Building a Bullying-Free Generation, the president called on families, schools, communities, and the government to work together in building a safer and more nurturing Nigeria for the next generation. And like I said before we went on a break, this year's thing is needed. I've watched, I mean, recently on Netflix and some other, filmmakers have portrayed movies that shows us how terrible the impact of bullying can be.
Yeah.
But there was one time, I mean, some months back, the papers had a lot of news about children killing themselves.
Yes.
I mean, it was so gory, honestly, to even look at and describe. You hear stories of someone stabbing someone and their children. And growing up, I won't say I experienced I've always said on this table, the highest form of bullying I experienced was just verbal sexual abuse, in the sense that they just make fun of your body in a sexual way, depicting, sexual motive that is quite disgusting. Yeah. That's the only bully that I've ever experienced. The one that had to do with beating. I mean, beating back. I don't know why I felt like, maybe growing up with boys, I'm deviating a little bit, but I feel like if you throw something at me, I should be able to throw it back at you, because my brothers and I are always fighting while playing the palo. So I don't think I would have been that girl child in school that you beat and say, give me your snacks. Firstly, how many snacks did I even bring? But just on a very lighter note, it's an explanation to all of these things. So, and to reflect on things that have gone wrong in what should be a normal childhood for people. Do you understand? So I think that's all for the Punch. So let me move to the Guardian very briefly before we go on another break to order in Abuja. Reps withdraw compulsory voting bill over public pushback. Above that, we see demand for seat of O drops in Lagos as state upgrades market. 2025 Hajj, Saudi Arabia denies Gumi entry as Jigawa task pilgrims on prayers. And still on Children's Day celebration, tackle bullying, prioritize rights, welfare, stakeholders. And for seat of O drops in Lagos as state. Just later at this point. And I'm feeling a lot of emotions. It says here that over 1.2 billion people are affected by infertility globally. It's a discussion that many people don't have, but people go through it. And sometimes the remedies like IVF, even surrogacy that we're talking about, adoption, different option to still have a child is expensive. Sure. My friend and I, during the weekend, were speaking about this whole pregnancy thing. And she was telling me a story of a particular chef in Nigeria today that had problems before conceiving. And when she was doing her YouTube, testimonial in that sense, she mentioned how they had spent millions of naira on IVF. I can't tell you how many stories I've read. And you will see that sometimes it doesn't even work. There are a few testimonies of people's own that have worked. And it shows that it's a major concern, not just for Nigerians, but globally. I mean, the people that want to have children, Day in their home. Do you understand? We're talking about society and cultural stereotypes. We think that we have grown out of those days where mother-in-laws are pressuring new wives. It's a lie. Even those mother-in-laws are probably professors and PhD owners that are expecting grandchildren. You will still hear it like, when are you going to have? So surrogacy somehow was like an option, even though there's the commercialization of it, but people just want to have their children.
Yeah.
And I think there's the law backing and some processes that goes into it.
Yes,
So I'm not sure it's just something that people do anyhow. It goes through some processing. You sign documents, consent between all the parties involved.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So I'm really hoping that what I saw was like a skit from somewhere or a blog or just one random post, because why impose a bill that is banning it and even putting a fine because people just want to have children? But let's leave that as it is. Today's conversation is quite interesting. Okay, there was a story here on the CBEX, another testimonial that EFCC was able to recover 1.3 trillion naira from the collapsed CBX, and I'm asking, this recovery is for who? Those people, those people that
the money
affected.
going to?
Exactly. You know, sometimes when you recover, I won't say stolen money, but questionable money, the government will say, we're going to take it to infrastructure. But at this point, the people that the money was taken from, they were greedy people. So I'm wondering, will you give these greedy people back their money? Or what exactly? At this point,
I think
maybe EFCC is the one that is going to ball, because
I think that's what it is really, because
it
I mean, having to think
back.
about it. No, I think it should. I mean, if you can get the data of this person, which I know, of course, I don't see the possibility of that. Exactly, I don't see the possibility of that. But then, I mean, it's one thing to be honest. This is Nigeria. I think now we are being honest, but there's no transparency. It's one thing to tell us that, you people saw the money, or you people collected
so
it. Where is the money going to?
This is a large sum, 1.3 trillion naira. On my PTD CBX.
That's enough to pay some of the loans that we are owing in this country. I mean, if that's what the money is going to be used for, it's okay.
So eventually, it's Nigerians that are paying that money from their foolishness. That is why, let me not be very absolute here, but from their foolishness as it is. And talking about EFCC, our hot topic today is actually about EFCC. On Tompolo's case, Naira abuse, and the EFCC. We want to unravel this together, and God's Beauty has got some juicy contribution today. So if you want to know what she has to say, you have to stay with us. So be on a short break right now and return with the hot topic. But that's done. Especially with the long-standing belief that justice in Nigeria is selective. So this morning, we're unpacking the story. Is the EFCC being careful or being compromised? Is Naira abuse just a trending offense, or is it exposing deeper inconsistencies in our legal system? Of course, I have God's Beauty here to join me, with this part. This morning, we're unpacking the story. Is the EFCC being careful or being compromised? That I am. How go even Igbo people? How go wedding? I know go spray money. I'm trying to use what we can relate with, and then we saw people improvise.